It's Madden NFL 22 on EA Sports, and we'll see who rules the skies in tonight's battle. It's the Falcons and the Eagles on Thursday night primetime.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with the Atlanta Falcons. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Falcons in this matchup. You figure they've got to be looking forward to this one. They've got a clear advantage on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, and they totally understand it, not just by running the numbers, but those numbers do play into it because you've got one of the better passing offenses in the league, a top 10 unit, going up against one of the poor defenses in the league. So I think we're going to see these guys take some shots downfield. But right from the start, I expect them to attack and get right after them.
The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned as that will be a touchback. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
They go play action here on first down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work.
That's caught inside the 20. And he'll get this inside of Philly's 20 before being taken down. It's a big play there for Atlanta. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
And we knew that they'd try to attack the secondary, but I'm not sure that we thought they'd do it right on the first drive of the game. But here they saw an opportunity, seized it, and it's a big play right off the bat.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Looking to throw. Thompson finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. With these Thursday night games, sometimes you get those quick turnarounds. You wonder how a team's going to start. They started really well.
Everyone's always wondering, going into a Thursday night game, who has their legs, who has the overall health of a team. But mentally, if you get that early edge, the other team might think to itself, it's been a short week. We're not really ready to go. You might run them into the ground that way. That's why getting that early score means a lot.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try to get us ahead and try to keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown game.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
The coverage unit out there thinking pass on 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Hurts. Flushed out right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you've got that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Back to throw. Thompson. He's going to float this one deep right side. Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. It's a big play there for Atlanta. Sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
And boy, that was something to watch, wasn't it? How about the way these guys came out here in the first quarter? They really put their stamp on this game early with their play calls, and they certainly look good so far.
And that throw, amazingly, well over 70 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. Wow. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the Falcons are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. He'll try again. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. This Eagle defense, they won't give in without a fight. This is 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Thompson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Butker's kick here is good, and the lead moves to 10-zip. So a touchdown on their opening drive and 3 more here, and it adds to their first quarter lead.
Yeah, everything's going according to plan so far because the offense has moved the ball, defense able to do their job, and here the special teams unit comes through with their contribution. A field goal to make it 10-zip.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. So back onto the field here come the Eagles for their second drive. And they are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is because you don't get time to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that have caused you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize what you've been doing well. And I remember a game recently where one of the assistant coaches said to the head coach, forget our running back rotation. This guy has a hot hand, and they rode him to a victory. Those are the things you have to look out for in games like this.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. And to give this time to the tailback. Call it a gain of 5 that time. They'll be left with a 3rd down and about 9 to go. That's a gain of 5. Brings us 3rd and 9. Hurts sets up to throw it. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Now Brown. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So here are the Falcons to take over on offense. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. They run on 1st down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Off the play fake. Thompson. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you?
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
They'll run on 1st down. Bryson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Let's go!
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Thompson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. In their locker room, they've got a sign that says defense wins championships. And, Charles, they pointed to that this week, said that has to be us. Looking good early.
I like how you saw that because of the bold letters, right? You saw the emphasis that they place on that and what they believe in. And for them, it's every single snap. So it's not just a matter of getting to the quarterback and knocking the ball free. They're trying to read when that ball's going to come free. As soon as those hands separate to throw the ball, they want to be there and have a chance to knock it out.
On 1st down, Nix. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Hurts. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Here's Hurts to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40, and he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and you can't do it all on one throw.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And last time, the fumble, the turnover. Now, they still have the lead, but I don't think coaches care. The turnovers will bother them no matter what the scoreboard says.
That's the relief that you still have the lead, but coaches look at what if and what it should be. Turning the ball over when they've got a chance to score more points and increase the lead, that's what's going to affect them.
And they're also thinking to future weeks, maybe when the game's closer, right?
No doubt about it. You want to clean up everything. Let's just be honest about it. They want everything to be perfect at all times. They don't want to give up anything that's going to hurt their team.
They'll run on first down. Bryson. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Now after the false start, here's second and 7. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Yeah, I like to see that.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's second down. The last run got 3. Now here's second and 7. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, Falcon football. And the first play will be a field goal try. He hit his first, this one from 38. Butker's kick here is good. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Jalen Hurts in this offense trotting back out. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on second and 10. Throwing is Hurts. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. On third down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to let it go again. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. Atlanta prepped and readied for its next possession. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've gotten the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Thompson. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down. Thompson now to throw on 3rd down. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down. He seemed to have a reasonable amount of time in the pocket, but he couldn't get rid of the football, and the end result, Charles, him on the ground.
Yeah, he's got to keep an internal clock to go along with his offensive line. When you're talking about 3, 4, 5 seconds, that's a reasonable amount of time to expect to deliver the ball downfield. So great to try and complete a pass, but it's equally important to know when to throw the football away, too.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Jalen Hurts in this offense trotting back out. I think this crowd not really sure what to make of things. Their guys have not looked very good. Their leader here at the top, he hasn't looked that great either.
And most of the time you hear guys talk about how they don't let the crowd affect them or they block it off. Well, that's not really fully true because a lot of the times you ride the wave of emotion with a crowd when it's positive for you. In this case, they've got to find a way to shake it off and at least get something done to maybe put the crowd back on their side.
Absolutely. Give these guys something to cheer about. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Hurts. Being chased out left. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the 1st down marker. The Eagles on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll drop to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, when you're down a couple of scores like this, CD, you can't afford too many plays that go in the wrong direction like that one.
Yeah, when you take a good look at it broadly, sacks are better than giving up an interception. But where they are on the scoreboard, they've got to get rid of all of that and just create positive plays for themselves in order to have a chance.
The Eagles send out their punter now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. With it is Brown. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. To throw is Thompson. Off play action.
Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 15. Here's Thompson. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Freeman. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you get a chance to come back to him when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
Now, still time for him here as we sit in the 2nd quarter. A pass there over the middle to start things out.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or 2. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. From the 41, Hurts. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
Well, you're already up a couple of scores here in the first half defensively, and Charles, they just seem to be playing really free on that side of the football.
I love the observation because with that type of a lead, they feel like they can take a few more chances and be even more aggressive, and it's been paying off for them so far this game.
The Eagles on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that is caught, but he will cut.
Mike Tomlin has reached for that red challenge flag, and he'll throw it out there. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So Mike Tomlin correct in his assessment to throw the flag there.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead will shrink to 6. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Here's Robinson. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Well, the Falcons back out, getting set for this next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
On second down, Bryson.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Thompson. He's going to rifle one deep left side.
And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Off play action. Thompson.
Got this complete to the tight end Pitts.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
2nd down and 8.
From the gun, Thompson. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 32-yard line.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw. And they hooked up there for a first down.
Now Thompson on 1st down. And he slings one that's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Back to throw again. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Butker's kick here is good. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
49 the mic.
Another try after the first down sack. Hurts throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. For the Falcons now going to go on offense late in this first half. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing to start the drive. Thompson. And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete.
Here we go.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
That's going to be caught by Pitts. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Thompson on 1st and 10. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. They'll look to throw again. Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Pitts. And the Falcons are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime now with the visiting Falcons out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, guys, thanks very much. We'll get back with you shortly. But first, let's take a look at what's coming up this weekend around the NFL. Some of the best games of the weekend coming at 1 o'clock Eastern window, one of which features the Panthers at home in Carolina as they get set to do battle with the Detroit Lions. In the late afternoon games, the place to be might very well be Denver, Colorado, where it'll be the Broncos taking on the Chicago Bears. And then finally, a good one on Monday Night Football to wrap up the week between the Buffalo Bills and the New Orleans Saints. Next, a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Falcons. And it's been the passing game that's been the story. They have feasted on this secondary to the tune of 200-plus yards already through 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they were on the other end of the spectrum in terms of passing efficiency. That's going to need to improve in the second half to come.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. takes it at the 7. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Eagles ready to go on offense to begin this third quarter. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
It's Logan Wilson there to bring him down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They'll keep it on the ground. Nix. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. They'll look to throw here. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
They certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. He's going to take another shot here. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing, they're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up.
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline.
Let's go.
It's a big play there for Atlanta.
But I think it's about time I took my eyes off of the secondary or the guys with the football. How about the offensive line on that snap? They took care of business.
Absolutely, and when he can stay in the pocket like that, you're going to get big plays like we just saw. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Now a handoff here to his running back. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Going to give this time to the tailback. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 53 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. And he'll give it here to his running back. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on.
Looking to throw. Thompson.
That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. Back to throw. Thompson. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And the Falcons are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Able to shake him off. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, you don't expect too many quarterbacks to be adept at breaking away from would-be tacklers, but this is uncommonly good right here as he's able to get away.
Yeah, and that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact and in his mind just screamed, "Out of my way," and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
This will be play number 8 on the drive. It's 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Thompson. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal.
Well, the coverage was tight that time. They allowed the pass underneath to him, but they rallied to him pretty fast, too. Converged on him and got him down. That'll bring up 4th down.
So they'll turn to the kicker again. He's been a busy man thus far. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Butker's kick here is good. And that will give them a 12-point lead.
So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that can all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Jalen Hurts in this offense trotting back out.
And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
2nd and 7.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
He'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
49, guys. Mike.
He'll drop to throw. Dancing, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. They'll look to throw. It's caught by OBJ. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
Well, we can talk about it like it's just a basic route, but how about the timing on this one? Lined up on the right, runs a deep in route, and how about the throw? Right on the money. Bam, puts it right in there and on his hands. Nice completion, really good pickup.
They go play action here on 1st down. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. And they give this time to the tailback. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
61 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
He'll get it to the 23-yard line.
Here's 2nd and a yard.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the fourth. Wide open receiver complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it to 1. The passing game continues to be their friend, even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles. They're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Back to throw. Thompson. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. They'll try the left side. Bryson. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. Well, I've heard you use the term put-away drive, and that right there seemed like the definition of a put-away drive.
Yeah, it certainly just pops right up out of the book, doesn't it? Because up 2 scores already, just wanted to possess the football, keep converting and picking up first downs, and if the drive ends in 3 points, that's terrific. If it ends in a touchdown, fantastic.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. On first down, Hurts. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty is a result of that hit there.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. Here's Robinson. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
Let's go.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. What can they do now, Charles, to make sure this highlight montage doesn't continue to show more pressure and pressure and pressure?
You feel like it always comes back to leverage, don't you? Who is going to win that battle of the offensive and defensive lines? Low man wins, we talk about that, but we think about it in a running game. Well, guess what? The same thing happens when you're trying to pass.
And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need.
Picked off at the 36. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. So this D, particularly the secondary, has been picked apart at points here tonight. They finally, though, get to the quarterback, get a pick.
And we know this about him. He loves night games, loves the spotlight, loves being the center of attention. I will bet you that he ran off the field almost chuckling to himself. They finally got one. They finally got me.
Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
To throw on second and 10, Hurts. Flush to his right, and he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. The Eagles on third down, not so hot, 2 for 9 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
Hurts.
He's going to take a shot for the end zone, and that is incomplete. Okay, so thought they might go for it here, down late. Instead, they trot out the field goal unit. And this one, a 41-yard attempt. The kick by Carlson is good, and that lead is back down to 9 now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Here's Robinson. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Falcons offense set to go. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. On first down, Bryson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Brandon, that's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Here's Thompson to throw on second down. And he whips that one incomplete there. The Falcons on third down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 11. Gets it off to Freeman. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
They'll run on first down. Nix, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. From the 31, Hurts. And that one going to be off target and incomplete. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
The whole idea of the screen pass is to fool the defense in a big way and create a big play.
They weren't fooled.
Not 1 second, not 1 bit. How about them figuring it out, diagnosing it, and spilling it for lost yardage?
The Eagles send out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Atlanta regains possession of the football. They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt.
Thompson now off the play fake.
He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts.
Touchdown! touchdown, Falcons. Kyle Pitts, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons are well on their way to a 5-0 start as they extend their lead. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
They'll try and throw for it. That's caught at the 1. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football. The trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. Throwing is Hurts.
Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Here's Hurts to throw.
Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They'll set up a throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we get back. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And this one is incomplete. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field.
Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless, take care of the ball on the way out.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look. 6 DBs. Here's Thompson. Over the middle, that's caught by Schwartz. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. And to give this time to the tailback. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
But they're certainly not neglecting their run duties as well as they ate up the blockers in front and allowed the secondary to get home.
On 3rd down, Bryson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 69 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Brandon, this can be so demoralizing for a defense. They've had 2 opportunities to get off the field. They haven't gotten it done. So now your coordinator, he's going to call every blitz that he has, any type of exotic, something that they haven't seen before. And he's also telling the defensive lineman, don't worry about holding people up. Just get in gaps and try and make a big play.
And not only not getting off the field on 2 opportunities, clock continuing to run. That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Let's go. Let's do this.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And he'll give it here to his running back. That'll get them some of what they needed, but they're still left here with a 3rd and 9 forthcoming. Now Thompson. And the pressure gets there. He'll go down. It's a sack. And it is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. Butker's kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. Now a throw here, hauled in. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He's going to let it fly. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5.
Well, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defense's side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly, and what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here.
And it's looking all the more likely that a 5th straight win is going to be in the cards. They'll try to run some time here with a 1st and 10.
And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sends his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20.
78 yards rushing now on 23 carries so far. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Falcons, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season.
And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on Washington.
Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints.